Well, hi again, everyone. This is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and this is game number 10 of the 1972 Roberto Clemente race to 3,000 hits. Today, the Cincinnati Reds head to Pittsburgh to face the Pirates, and why I'm showing you Jim Merritt's card is because he is the starting pitcher for the Reds, but he does not have a strat card, so I'll be using this card. And we'll be right back with the rest of the starting lineup and the ballpark effects right after this. Okay, first of all, we'll do the ballpark effects. This game is in Pittsburgh. It is a night game in April. And let's see, night game in April in Pittsburgh. 1-4 good, 5-13 average, and 14-20 is bad. And a 3 is good weather, so we'll have a nice night in Pittsburgh in late April. 1-13 singles for both, lefty and righty. And 1-7 home runs for lefties, and 1-3 home runs for righties. All right. Oops. And we'll get these switched around right away. The Reds are the visiting team. So, leading off for we'll get the lineup here. Leading off for the Reds, playing left field is Pete Rose. Playing second is Joe Morgan. Batting third and playing center field is Bobby Tolan. Cleaning up and catching is Johnny Bench. Batting fifth and playing first base is Dennis Menke. Batting sixth and playing right field is Cesar Geronimo. Batting seventh and playing third base is Julian Javier. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Davey Concepcion, and batting ninth and pitching is Jim Merritt. All right, and defensively behind Bob Johnson, who's the starting pitcher for the Pirates. Behind the plate is Manny Sanguillen. At first base is Bob Robertson. At second base is Rennie Stennett. At third base is Richie Hebner, and at shortstop is Gene Alley. Left, right in the outfield, Willie Stargell in left. Al Oliver in center, and Clemente in right. All right, we'll go ahead and get started here. Here's Pete Rose leading off. 5-7. Second base X. 19's a good hop for Stennett. He is an E23. E23 and an 8. That should be, I don't know. Nope. 11-17 are the only errors. So good play by Stennett. Gets a nice hop to him and one away. And here's Joe Morgan. 5-3. And that won't be so kind for Stargell. 4-5. That's he's gonna cut the ball off and potentially hold Morgan to a single. E11, and there should not be a 13. Oh, there is a 13. So SI2, E2. So Morgan singles, and then the ball gets past Stargell and goes all the way to the wall, and going to third is Morgan on the error. Oh boy. So 1 out. First inning, they'll play the infield back. Just looking to get out. It's a havoc roll for nothing on the 3. And here's Tolan. Swung on and missed, struck him out. 2 down. Big strikeout for Johnson. And here's Johnny Bench. Nothing on the 16. And a ground ball to first, and Robertson takes it to the bag himself And that retires the side, so the error does no damage. And I'll be right back with the little score thing there. And we'll head to the bottom of the first with the Reds 0 and the Pirates coming to bat. Okay, and here's Merritt. Batting order for the home team. Pirates, Stennett, Oliver, and Clemente, Robertson, Stargell, and Sanguian, Hebner, Alley, and Johnson. And here's Rennie Stennett. 3 and a 5. Lefty Tapper back to the mound, and Merritt throws out Stennett one away. Brings up Al Oliver. Five and an 8 against the lefty. Second base chance, 19 will be easy play for Morgan. Oh, but a 6 on an E8. Nope, just 16, 17, and 18. So good play by Joe Morgan. That's 2 away for Roberto Clemente. Lefty-righty matchup. 3 and a 10. A little bouncer to second, and 1, 2, 3 inning for the Pirates here in the bottom of the first. And we go to the top of the second. Menke, Geronimo, and Javier due up for the Reds here in the top of the second. And here's Dennis Menke. Six and a 10. And against the righty, that's a fly ball to left field. And Stargell makes the play, 1 down. Here's Cesar Geronimo. And swung on and missed, struck him out. Second strikeout for Johnson. And here's Julian Javier. Did not realize he played for the Reds, but still living, as is his son Stan. 2 down here in the top of the second. And that's a 3 on a 1 to 13 for a good day in Pittsburgh. That will skip on through for a base hit. And Javier will, +1. I mean, they'll give it a shot. He needs a 2. They're not holding him on, but he'll try. Nope, not on a 6. Okay. So not holding Javier on. Here's Dave Concepcion. Nothing on the 12. Here's Concepcion. Five and a 7. Second base chance for Stennett. 4 and a 13 would be fine. Stennett and E23. And a 12. Ooh, there's an 11, but there is no 12. So Stennett plays the hop well and throws out Concepcion to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the second. Reds nothing, Pirates nothing. And here's Bob Robertson to lead off against Jim Merritt. And here's the pitch by Merritt. Three and an 8 against the lefty. Popped him up. Shortstop Concepcion calls for it. 1 away. Here's Willie Stargell. 3 and an 8 struck him out. Here's Manny Sanguillen. 2 away here in the bottom of the second. 1 and a 5, and that's the base hit for Sanguillen. First hit for the Pirates. Let's see, -1. Oh, it's Johnny Bench behind the plate. Yeah, you're not running on that, and they're not going to hold him on. Here's Richie Hebner. Nothing on 16. One and a 7 against the lefty. That's just a bit outside ball 4. So runners on first and second. Now, if there was first base open, I'd think about walking the number 8 hitter to get to the pitcher, but first base is not open, so I will not do that. Here's Gene Alley. Nothing on the 18. And we'll do that again. Six and a 6 against the righty, and that's the good column. That's the good column for Merritt. He's a righty, so that's a ground ball to third, and Javier throws out Alley to retire the side. The Pirates leave 2. We go to the top of the third. No score. And Merritt, Rose, and Morgan do up here in the top of the third. And Merritt using pitcher hitting card number 1. Four and a 6. Merritt's a left-handed batter. That's a double to 8, and that's a 7. So a leadoff double for Jim Merritt. Wow. Wow. Okay, won't hold him on. Havoc/strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Here's Pete Rose. 2 and a 5. That's a ground ball to second, but does his job to move Merritt to third. And in the third inning, the Pirates will play the infield in. Here's Joe Morgan. Nothing on the Havoc roll. Five and an 8. Line drive to the first baseman Robertson, and that is caught. So hit on the screws, but right to Robertson. 2 down, infield back for Bobby Tolan. Nothing on the 14. Six and an 11 against a lefty ballpark blast, but lefty 1 to 7. That's a 16. So it's a fly ball to right field, we'll call it. And that'll retire the side. The leadoff double does not score. And we go to the bottom of the third. No score. And Johnson, Stennett, and Oliver do up for the Pirates here in the bottom of the third. Pitcher hitting card number 2 for Bob Johnson. Swung on and missed, struck him out. Second strikeout for Merritt, And here's Rennie Stennett. Four and a 7. And that's hit past the third baseman down the left field line. And into second with a one-out double is Rennie Stennett. And here's Al Oliver. Grounded out his first time up. Havoc roll for Merritt. Nothing on the 18. And here's the pitch to Oliver. 1 and a 5. Single to a 1. That's a line drive to the second baseman. 2 away. And here brings up Roberto Clemente. If you don't want to know what's happened in the past, might want to skip ahead a little bit. 9-game hitting streak coming in. Nothing on the 15. Grounded out his first time up. 4 and a 10. And against a righty, that's a base hit for Clemente, but Stennett will have to hold at third. And already there is bullpen action. Pedro Borbon is loosening in the bullpen. So first and third for Bob Robertson. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 8. And 112 against the lefty. That's a high fly ball. Deep to left field. Going back is the left fielder, Rose. He will have room and makes the catch. 1-3 on the ballpark single, or ballpark home run, even with good weather. That's a 5. So Robertson is retired. Oops. Third inning. And that will be it. So going to the top of the 4th. We will have Bench, Menke, and Geronimo due up for the Reds here in the top of the 4th. Here's Johnny Bench. Four and a 7. That's just a bit outside ball 4. So leadoff walk for Johnny Bench. And he will not be held on. 1-14. That's interesting. Yeah, they. Let's see how many benches. 6 steals. They're going to try to surprise the Pirates here. 4-5, he gets the lead. On an 11, he gets picked off. And on a 9, he stays. So, Bench will not be held on. Here's Dennis Menke. Havoc roll for nothing on the 17. There's the pitch to Menke. 666s. Pitcher X. Oh boy. 5 and a 9. He gets to it slowly, but he gets there. Can he throw him out? E12 for Bob Johnson. E12 and a 14. 6, 12, 15, 3, and 18. There is no 14. So 5 and a 9 is a G3. So little dribbler out in front of the plate. Tough play for Johnson. He gets to it. Only play is the first, so it's a swinging sacrifice bunt by Menke. Bench goes to second, 1 away. And here's Cesar Geronimo. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 3. Oops, and we'll do that again. Four and a 6. 1 to no, that's a lefty. So that's a 1 to 7 double chance. That's a 16. But that'll get down for a hit. Scoring from second is Johnny Bench. And the Reds take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. Here's Julian Javier. Singled his last time up. And Geronimo will ooh. That's a little risky to send Geronimo. 2 to 5 and 12 he can steal, but 7 to 11 he gets picked off. So no, they will not hold him on. He will not be going anywhere. Here's Javier. Nothing on the 3. Oops, and we'll do that again. 6 and a 5. And Javier does have normal power. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is out of here. Let's see. Javier hit 2 home runs, and somehow that gets him normal power. Okay. 1 to 16 home run chance. That's a 12. So 2-run homer for Javier, and the Reds now have a 3-0 lead. Now Javier is halfway to the cycle. Here's Dave Concepcion. That's where we roll that D20 there. 3 and a 7. And we'll re-roll the D20 here because I kind of moved it. 1 to 12 is a single. And that's a 17. So that's a line drive to the third baseman, 2 away. And do we want a pinch hit for Merritt? Timeout. You know what? We'll let Merritt hit. We'll let him pitch the next inning, which is his point of weakness anyway, and see if he makes it out. So 2 outs, nobody on. We'll let Merritt hit for himself. Doubled his last time up. Four and an 11 against the lefty. Ballpark single, but a 16 is too high. So it's a fly ball to right field, and Clemente makes the catch to retire the side. But a 3-score inning for the Reds here in the top of the 4th. And the Reds take a 3-0 lead. Merritt actually pitched to 16 batters in this game, so we're going to let him at least try to finish this inning, and then we'll probably pull him afterwards. All right, Stargell, Sanguian, and Hebner do up here in the bottom of the 4th. Five and an 8 against the lefty. Second base chance, Morgan a 2 and a 14. That will be fine. And an 8 on an E8 and an 8. No 8. So good play by Morgan. Gets Stargell one away. Here's Manny Sanguillen. Three and a 6 against the lefty. Fly ball to left field. And Pete Rose takes care of that one. 2 down. And here's Richie Hebner. Six and a 7. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. And they may let Merritt possibly get a decision here. Unless he has to come up in the next inning. All right, top of the 5th here. Reds leading 3-0, I should say. Johnson will face Rose, Morgan, and Tolan here in the top of the 5th. One and a 6. 1 to 12 double chance. That's a 5. And Rose is in with a leadoff double. And Johnson may be coming out. He's due up second in the next inning. Not a good day for him. All right, here's Joe Morgan. Single and 2-base error his first time up. Lined out his last time up. Here's Morgan. 6 and a 7 against the lefty. Fly ball, shallow right field. Coming in is Clemente. He makes the catch. One away. Here's Bobby Tolan. Havoc roll first. Nothing on the 3. Tolan is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And that's a 1 to 15 single chance. That's a 12. And so dropping in front of, or just over, getting over just the second baseman's head. But charging hard is the right fielder, Clemente, and they will hold Rose at third. So first and third with 1 out, they will bring the infield in for Johnny Bench, 0 for 1 with a walk. And the 2 is a balk or a pass ball. No balk. And here's a pitch to Bench. And against the righty, that's just a bit outside, ball 4. And he has walked, the bases loaded. Infield remains in. Here's Dennis Menke, 0 for 2. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 6. And that's a ground ball to first. I would assume that would mean that runner is out at home. Infield in, bases loaded, ground ball. Yep. Lead runner is out. Everybody else advances. So 2 and a 10. So Johnson throws to Sanguillen to get the force at home. And everybody moves up on the fielder's choice. All right. So now there are 2 away. And we go to Cesar Geronimo. And here's Geronimo. Actually loses a hit on a 1-2. That is a 6-9 against the lefty. Fly ball to center field. And Johnson wriggles out of that one. the Reds leave them loaded and do not score. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. And they made... no, they'll leave Merritt in. He's due up 3rd in the bottom of the 5th. Yes, I've already taken him longer than he did in the real game. But in the real game, he gave up 2 runs, and he has not given up a run yet. All right, so Alley and... oof. You know, I think we're going to pinch hit for Johnson. He's already pitched 24 batters in 5 innings, so... 1 second. No, Johnson actually pitched a 32, but this is a different game completely. Bruce Keeson and Bob Miller are loosening in the bullpen. All right, here's Gene Alley. Six and a 10 against a righty. That's to the shortstop, Concepcion. A 3-19 will get that. E26. There should not be a 10. There is not. So good play by Concepcion. And that will retire Alley 1 away. And let's see here. And Gene Kleins will hit for Bob Johnson. One away here in the bottom of the 5th. And against a lefty, that's a 1 to 10 double chance. That's a base hit for Kleins. And that's 1 against Merritt's point of weakness. Here's Rennie Stennett. 3rd time through the order. They really like him to get out of this inning. Nothing on the 18. Five and a 12 against a righty. First base chance. Menke a 2 and an 8. Not responsible for holding any runners. Did not say he was holding Kleins on. Oh, he could have had a jump, but not with bench. All right. Here's Stennett. So grounded to first. Menke is an E25. Oh boy. 15, 9, 11, 12, 14, 17, and 18. There is no 15. So throw is a little high, but jumping and getting it is the shortstop, Concepcion. And they'll just take the sure out there. Stennett reaches on a fielder's choice. And they will not hold on. Stennett, 2 away. Here's Al Oliver. Nothing on the 16. Here's Oliver. Oops. Five and a 6 against the lefty. That's a base hit to center field. Stopping at 3rd is Stennett. And that's 2 against his point of weakness. And here's Roberto Clemente. 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Nothing on the 3. 4 and a 10. And that's a base hit to center field. Scoring from third is Stennett. The second is Oliver. And, oh boy, do we bring somebody in and then have them hit? Or we'll just bring in Ed Sprague to get the final out here and then pinch hit for him. I think that's what they'll do. So out goes Merritt. In comes Ed Sprague. He is basically just in there to get the final out here in the bottom of the fifth. So we tried to get him the win, but couldn't quite do it. First and third, 3-1. And Clemente reaches for another multi-hit game for Clemente. Wow. Here's Bob Robertson. Havoc roll for Sprague. Nothing on the 11. Three and a 10. Weak ground ball to second, and that will retire the side. But the Pirates get on the board and lead and still trail 3-1. We go to the top of the sixth. Sprague will not stay out. Okay. So out comes and in comes, we'll say, Bruce Keeson will come out. Then he will face Javier Concepcion in a pinch hitter. More than likely to be Bernie Carbo coming out the pinch hit. All right, here's Javier. Pedro Borbon is listening in the bullpen, and he will come in. All right, here's Keeson. First batter he faces is Javier. 2 for 2, a single and a homer. Not this time. Ground ball to second. And Stennett throws out Javier one away. Here's Dave Concepcion. And ground ball to short, and that will retire Concepcion. And here is Bernie Carbo to pinch hit for Sprague. All right, so 2 away here in the top of the sixth. Five and a 5, and Keeson walks Carbo. There's Pete Rose. They are not going to hold on Carbo. Nothing on the 4 for the Havoc. Here's Pete Rose. 3 and an 11. Field goal roll for Rose. That ball's hit the right field, and Clemente puts it away, and that retires the side. Go to the bottom of the sixth. Reds 3, Pirates 1. So Sprague will come out, and here comes Pedro Borbon. All right, Borbon will face Stargell. Sanguian and Hebner. Stargell 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And that's a 1-5 double chance. That's a 4. And a leadoff double for Willie Stargell. Not holding on Stargell, of course. And here's Manny Sanguian. Nothing on the 3. Two and an 8 against a righty. 1-4 single chance. That's a 2. And the Pirates are trying to come back here. First and third, nobody out. And they will not hold any runners. They'll play the infield back with a 2-run lead. Nothing on the 6. Here's Hebner to face Barbone, 0 for 1 with a walk. 4 and an 8. 1-7 single chance. That's a 9. So ground ball to first. Menke to Concepcion. Retires, but the return throw not in time. Scoring from third is Stargell. And we have a 3-2 ball game. And they will not hold on to Hebner. 1 away. Here's Gene Alley. Nothing on the 18. And Vic Davalillo will be grabbing a bat. He'll be on deck. Bat for Keeson. 2 and a 3. Ground ball to short. Actually, hold on. Yep. Concepcion to Morgan for 1, but that will not be a double play as Alley beats that out. And we'll have Davalillo hit for Keeson. Luke Walker will come into the game and he will pitch for the Pirates. Okay, so Davalillo pinch hitting, 2 outs. Runner on first. Pirates trail 3-2 here in the 6th. And triple ones, and he gets plunked. There's Ronnie Stennett. So first and second. Nothing on the 9. One and a 10. Ground ball to third, and Javier throws out Stennett, and that retires the side. But the Pirates get another run back and trail 3-2. Morgan, Tolan, and Bench here in the top of the 7th. As Keeson will make hit the showers, and Luke Walker will face Morgan, Tolan, and Bench here in the top of the 7th. Morgan is 1 for 3 with a single. And that's a shortstop chance, and Alley as a 3 will not get to it. Oops, we'll redo that. And we have a rare play. So let's see here. So 3 and a 2. It's an SI2. I'll use the Stratomatic rare play. Hits a single. And as a lefty, he hits that to right field. But Morgan takes the wide turn. And Clemente catches him going off too far. And Morgan is out. So credit Morgan with a single, but he is thrown out by Clemente. 1 away. Now the force was with Luke there. And here is Tolan, 1 for 3 with a single. 2 and a 6. And against the lefty, Tolan, that's a base hit for Bobby Tolan, so he will definitely be looking to get a jump. Actually, maybe not. Well, he'd be 1 to 12. Sandian's a -2. Walker's a -3, actually -7. So -5. Holy One makes a -7. So he'd be 1 to 11. Yeah, what they're up by a run. They'll try to see if they can't get him in a scoring position. 2 to 5 or 11 and 12. And that's a 5. 1 to 11, he makes it. And that's a 16. And caught stealing, we'll say bench. We'll say 2-6. 2 down. His base running blunders have hurt the Reds here in the top of the 7th. Here's Johnny Bench, 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Four and a 9, struck him out. And that retires the side. Stretch time here at the Three Rivers. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for your favorite team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes here out at the old ball game. All right, Bourbon will face Oliver, Clemente, and Robertson. Oliver, 1 for 3. Oops, we'll do that again. Four and a 6. And against the lefty, struck him out. And here's Clemente, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Two and a 7, field goal roll there. Ground ball to the shortstop, and Concepcion throws out his, Clemente. 2 down, and here is Bob Robertson, 0 for 3 on the day. And that's a ballpark blast, but 1 to 3, and that's not going to be there. So once again, Robertson done in by the ballpark effects, and that retires the side. We go to the 8th. Reds lead 3 to 2. And Walker will face Menke, Geronimo, and Javier. All right, and here's Menke facing Walker. 4 and a 4. Catcher chance. Sanguian is a 1, so that will be at the P/P. Sanguian is an E3. There is no 9. So P/P is if a pass ball does not occur. Pops it up, and in fair territory, Sanguian makes the catch 1 away. Here's Cesar Geronimo. Lefty-lefty matchup. Oops, and we'll do that again. One and a 5. Struck him out. 2 down here in the top of the 8th for Julian Javier. Javier, 2 for 3 with a single and a homer. Two and a 9. And that ball is crushed. Deep left field. And Stargell goes back a couple of steps and he watches that baby fly out of here. Another home run for Javier. And he's hit a season worth of home runs in this game. Go figure. So 4-2 is the score now. And here's Concepcion. That wouldn't have been a home run against a righty. But that's okay. Six and an 8 against a righty. See, that's an 8. And that's a base hit for Concepcion. And Bourbon will be pulled for a pinch hitter. Clay Carroll will come in, let's see, we'll have Hal McRae will pinch hit for Pedro Bourbon. Actually, let's check, hold on. I already announced him. All right, so Hal McRae will pinch hit for Bourbon. And we will have Tom Hall will come into the game. It's either going to be him or Carroll. We haven't decided yet. So lefty, righty, let's see. They have 2 lefties. So they're going to go with Tom Hall. All right, so McRae will hit for Bourbon. 2 outs. Reds lead 4-2. Havoc roll for... Actually, does Concepcion want to take off? No. They will hold him on, though. Nothing on the 10. Four and a 6 against a righty. Ground ball to short, and they'll say he goes the short way to get the final out. And that retires the side. And here comes Tom Hall. To replace Bourbon. And here's Willie Stargell. Lefty-lefty matchup. Stargell is 1 for 3 with a double. 3 and a 9 against the lefty. Swung on and missed, struck him out. Here's Manny Sanguian. Three and a 6. And against the lefty, that's a fly ball to left field. And Rose camps under it. That will retire Rose. And here's Richie Hebner. Oops, and we'll do that again. And against the lefty, that's a ground ball to second. And that retires the side. So we go to the 9th inning. Reds lead 4-2. And they will decide what they want to do, because technically it was a save situation, so he has already used his allotted batters for, that's what the second dash is. All right, Walker will face top of the order here in the 9th. Rose, Morgan, and Tolan. That's a good column for Rose. That's a base hit to left field. And Rose will be held on. He will not take off. Not with the 2-run lead. Here's Joe Morgan. They're not expecting a bunt. You know what? Morgan will bunt with 2 outs, with nobody out. Up 2 runs. Yeah, so they're not expecting it. He will square around. Havoc roll first. Nothing on the 4. Let's see. Probably a good thing, because that roll would have been bad. All right. 3. Stays behind the plate. A 7 on a C bunter. That's good for, it would even been good for a D bunter. So Morgan lays it down. We'll say 2-4 on the sacrifice. Rose advanced to second with 1 out. Here's Bobby Tolan. Tolan is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. And a 1-4, and Rose gets to third. Not on the 12. All right, lefty-lefty matchup. Here's Tolan. And against the lefty, that's a ground ball to second. And Stennett throws out Tolan. Going to third is Rose, but there are 2 outs. And up steps Johnny Bench. 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Nothing on the 16. Two and a 7. And Walker walks Bench. And they will not hold any runners on. Here's Dennis Menke. 0 for 4. Reached on a fielder's choice. Nothing on the 20. And that's popped up. Second baseman Stennett calls for it and makes the catch to retire the side. We go to the 9th. Hall will stay out, but we will consider him. I'm going to read the rules real quick. Hold on a second. Okay, so in reading this, the closer thing does not come into effect until the 9th inning. So he can pitch to 3 batters now in the 9th before he is considered tired. So, all right. Pulls or endurance. This frequency, the duration, number of outs. So he can get 3 outs. Sorry, number of outs he can get. So 3 outs. So like say Dave, or we'll take Clay Carroll. He could get 6 outs in a safe situation. But this is not. They say that the save situation is for the 9th inning. Your pitcher will be in a closer situation whenever you have the lead in the 9th inning or later, and the tying run is on base or at bat. Okay. It's on base or at bat. Okay. Well, I guess then we'll say that he's in the closer. All right. So Hall will stay out. Do I want to get a pinch hitter for Alley? Nah. But Dave Cash will be on deck to hit for the pitcher. All right. Here is Alley. Six and a 9. Struck him out. And here is Dave Cash to hit for Walker. And here's the pitch to Cash. 6 and a 7. Second base chance for Morgan. 2 and a 15 will be fine. E8. E8 and a 10. There is no 10. So it's a ground ball to second. 2 away. And here's Rennie Stennett. Six and an 11. Swung on and missed, struck him out, and that's your ball game. Final score from Three Rivers Stadium, the Reds win 4-2. Actually, this is the first time that the Pirates have actually lost as a team, although I'm not keeping record for the team, just for what Clemente did. All right, take a timeout, and we'll be right back with the line score. All right, final line score. Reds 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Pirates 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. We'll give... Actually, since Merritt didn't pitch the 5 innings, we can go scorekeeper's discretion. We'll give the win to Pedro Borbon, and we'll give the save to Mr. Hall, Tom Hall. Bob Johnson is your losing pitcher. And Clemente now has, with 2 hits tonight, a 10-game hitting streak, 101 hits in 383 plate appearances. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to leave a like. It helps the video to be seen. Leave a comment if you'd like, if you're enjoying it, if you're not enjoying it. And if you've not already liked the videos and you would like to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. You'll be notified of any new videos. And whatever game you are playing, please enjoy it to your fullest. Have a good night, everybody.